And I'm so nervous. And I would think about that. And I was like, you know what? I cannot focus on being nervous. I have to focus on wanting to talk to as many people as I can and approaching people, anybody, just talk to them. Hey, how you doing? Where you from? Start there. So just don't be afraid to talk to people and talk to yourself a little bit, bring your confidence in and your personality, and just be sure that you talk with everyone.
And let me add something to that. Don't forget to print out extra business cards, because how many times do you forget to bring your business card to an event like this and you make a great connection with somebody that can help you in the future? So have business cards on hand to hand out. And then I recommend that you spend about 30 minutes of quiet time thinking about the biggest challenges you have in your business and make a list. What is it? Is it employee retention? Is it marketing? Is it the contracts? Whatever it is, make a list. And then while you're at the event, be very intentional. When you're talking to somebody, ask them, who's the best person in this room for me to talk to about? And then go to your list. And they will tell you, say, oh, yeah, you need to talk to Eric. He's the best. Or Milo, she's the best in that area. So ask, who's the best person for me to talk to about this situation? They love to help. Everybody wants to help you. So don't be afraid to ask.
That was great.
Thank you.
Yep. All right. What else we got going on here? I cannot find those questions, Eric. If you see them, if it's possible for you to read it.
You guys,
okay, 424. There we go. I thought you said 14 earlier. Okay, but
no, 24.
All right. No. 24. Where's 24? Right there. Bam. All right, Eric, you touched on the black veil to Fed. Okay. You touched on the black veil to Fed and local contract, and how do you recommend navigating this? It sucks finding out you lost a bid before you even had a shot, despite seeing the RFP. That's a great one.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think a lot of times what happens. So again, one of the things I like to clarify is I speak to federal contracting. In terms of the local contracting, typically, they do have a sealed bid, and you can go to the bid and you can see it open up. So that doesn't happen so much in the local contracting space, but in the federal contracting space, right? That's where oftentimes something will come out and it will already be given to someone else. And so going back to the original question that we brought up at the source of sought, that's why the government actually encourages industry professionals to reach out to them to talk about opportunities regarding contracts prior to releasing the RFP. We just do not take advantage of that, right? And it says in there exactly how to do it. It says what they're looking for. They have industry events. They have outreach events. And so they're asking for us to engage with them. Their job is to engage with any professionals, such as ourselves, to make recommendations of how to shape the requirement. For example, things like, hey, we're considering making this contract the Northeast region of the United States, but we want to make it from Maine to DC. Is that reasonable? And you could say, no, that's not that's not reasonable. Maine to, what small business can cover, 22 states or whatever it is. So, more reasonable might be Maine to Connecticut, or right. And then break it up. And then you have the Northeast, and then the South Northeast, something like that. So oftentimes what I see is that the novice person comes in and just wants to bid what's being publicly put out there available. And they've had no engagement. They have no idea of the requirements. They have no idea of the customer's challenges or roadblocks. And so we do the opposite. We get to know the client. We get to know the customer. We get to know the challenges. And so when they're putting something out, in fact, I have something right now that because we have a relationship with the contracting officer, he's already sent us the scope of work before the RFP came out. So I have it now in my hand, which is perfectly legal, because until anything comes out, they can send it out to industry to provide feedback. So now I've got the scope of work before the RFP is out. I get a chance to see what's involved, get my people together, right? And then I can also say to him, hey, look, I think this requirement is a little bit unreasonable, right? Or maybe let's say, Mila, let's say let's just, I'll give you guys an example of how we can shape the requirements. So let's say it's a janitorial requirement, right? Since this is what we're talking about. But I said that part of the requirement is that we've got to clean around a wall. And so I say, well, maybe this should be a person with a construction license might do better because we've got to do some repairs to this wall, which again, you could do if you knock a hole in it or something like that. So I may add in there that the requirement ensures that someone has a contractor's license. So I would kick all of you guys out from eligibility from that opportunity before it even came out. And so those are things that people do to eliminate the competition because they're finding out, getting to the customer ahead of time, figuring out what his pain points are, and then solving for that, and then helping them also write solutions that make sense.
Oh, so it sounds like the government sector isn't that much different than the private sector. You're going to have to do some selling. You're going to have to, get to know people and build some relationships. That's what it sounds like to me.
Oh, that's you totally have to build relationships.
There we go. Okay, yeah. I like it. Because we always think, just the RFP approach is just, they're going to pick the lowest number and that's it. But it's a lot more to it, apparently. So appreciate that. Okay. Now what else we got? Tony Floyd talk about Mila. Why you looking like that? She probably reading y'all day.
I know I have to watch my facial expressions. I have a lot of them, but there's nothing. I'm just reading.
All right. Cope says, do y'all, by the way, y'all, we got 5 minutes. So I'll tell you what, I'm feeling generous as well. So I guarantee if somebody, we got 4 minutes now. Somebody get a ticket before the 4 minute mark is up at 5 o'clock when we end. I'll go ahead and throw a free one in for you as well. So that's 2 people getting 2 free tickets there. I'm taking my notes, y'all. We ain't gonna forget you. So if somebody get one before the end of the live and at 5 o'clock Eastern time, I'll go ahead and throw another one in for y'all. So let's get it. Go to www.cbnconference.com. All of us will be there on that stage, providing the value just like we've done today, y'all. All right. Cope says, do y'all know of an Acorn similar platform for business investment? I've turned up my marketing and created incentives for cold callers, but looking to have my money make money. I'll let y'all jump in last time. I remember last time you asked that question, I said my 2 cents on it. Y'all got anything on that? All right, I'll go in. So my advice on this is, me personally, I just don't feel like I'm rich enough to do all that yet. Like I know all about stocks. I can do long-term investing. I'm not a trader, but I definitely know how to do long-term investing and I'm pretty good at it. But honestly, if you don't know what you're doing, just go with a safe bet like S&P 500, some type of ETF that follows the market for the most part. But me personally, I just like to reinvest in me. I trust me more than anything else. Like all of these businesses on the market are just companies anyway. And we can't control them. We don't own enough of stock to even have a big enough voting share to make a difference. So me personally, at this stage that I'm in, where I'm not even balling like that, I'm just putting it back into me, re-upping. I can make way more putting, a few $1,000s into ads on my business or into leads for my business than I can, trying to get 10% at the end of the year from fucking Apple. You know what I mean? So that's just my approach on it. I think that if your business is working, stick with it. Get richer first before you worry about that. That's my honest opinion. But I just try to give you what you asked for. So, but that's really what I do, me personally.
AJ, let me add one more thing for Cope. When your business grows and it begins to get big enough and you start, you have to move into an office and you now are paying rent for either a warehouse or an office, that's the time to think about, could I buy my own building or could I buy my own office? And if you can, rather than do what I did all these years, pour hundreds of thousands of dollars into rent.
Yes.
If you can buy your building, that's almost always a win-win because you're going to pay $4,000 or $5,000 a month in rent anyway. You can probably buy a building and own it 20 years from today. So that would be an area to invest in. But I agree with AJ, just invest in your intellectual training and you'll make a fortune.
I love it. All right, y'all. Let's see if we get a couple more in here. And I'm still waiting to see who's going to get that ticket before we get off. We got 2 minutes. Adam says, any tips to obtain a good bid proposal for a dialysis facility? Any tips to obtain a good bid proposal for that? All right. Servicing 6 times a week, 10,000 square feet. We would love. Oh, basically, you're asking me how much would we charge? I don't feel like doing it right now, but if you go to just download my bidding app right now, it is accidentally free right now. So just go to the App Store, download Clean Biz Network. Just look up Clean Biz Network, download that app, put these numbers in that bidding calculator. It's a tutorial video that'll be on that same page. If you click on the commercial calculator, put it in there, and that's going to tell you what I would have told you. All right. Next one. Cassandra, made booking software service. Do you find it best so that potential clients can book instantly with a price, or do the quotes set up a walkthrough first when wanting to scale your business? That's a good question, I guess. Yeah, it's like, so basically she's asking, should you do instant booking on the site and they can pay up front, or should you just have it so that you can book the walkthrough, or something like that?
So I'll speak to that. There are a lot of instant booking software out there, but at the end of the day, if you're in the residential cleaning industry, people usually want to talk to you before they'll book. So a lot of times that booking feature, they'll go so far to get a quote and you'll have their contact information, but most people will abandon before actually signing up, putting in their credit card, picking a date. So the reality of it is, it doesn't generally work the way we wish it would, that people would just click and give us money while we're sleeping.
Right.
But take those leads that come through, even though they abandon the booking process, take those leads seriously. Get that cell phone, call them up, call them again, text them, hey, just checking, I saw you filled out a lead form, and follow up with them, because people who have people come into their home tend to buy from a conversation and not so much from a link.
Facts. All right, y'all, you know what just happened? I interviewed somebody earlier today. His name was Andrew Faison. And guess what he just did, y'all? He just bought a CBN conference ticket, y'all. So he's going to be the one to get that extra free ticket, y'all. So shout out to Andrew. He also killed his interview earlier today. See you in Vegas, Andrew. You and your +1. I'm sure you probably bring the wife, because I know you're a family man like myself. All right, y'all. And that is 5 o'clock. It was something on that point, though. What was the last thing we were just talking about? Because I thought of something that, both. That's what I was going to tell you. Just real quick, both, by the way. If you can put both type of booking forms, as I was thinking about it, because I'm one of those rare people, and I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm an introvert. And if I can click it and buy it and go, I will, as long as you got enough good reviews, you know what I mean? So if you can put both on there, try to put both up there. That way you get, like Debbie was talking about, and then you get those rare ones like me that'll give you the money and don't want to talk to you. So, but that's all we got, y'all. Thank y'all so much for all of us hosts on here. Thank y'all so much for joining. Appreciate y'all. And just before we go, let's just share with everybody who we are, not where we're from, but who we are and how they can follow us going forward. Whoever want to start.
I'll go first. I'm Mila, the host keeper. You can follow me on my YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. I did see some questions about, do I do one-on-ones and consulting? I do. Please email me at milahthehostkeeper@gmail.com, or if you're on Instagram, it's in the link in my bio. I still need to put it somewhere on the internet, like on my website, but I'm light years behind. But I'm Mila, the host keeper. Everything Airbnb, hit me up. I'll help you.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you, Mila.
I'm Debbie Sardone, and I have the #1 residential cleaning business owners academy in the world. And after you get back from CBN, you're going to be so fired up. You're going to want to come to the largest residential specific conference in the world. There'll be over 500 people there. So please come, invite other residential cleaning business owners. It is April 4, 5, and 6 in Dallas, Texas. And you can find us at cbflive.com.
All right. Thank you so much, Debbie. What we got, Eric? Eric Coffey, host of GovCon Giants podcast. You can Google me. You'll find my YouTube channel. We've got over 1,000 videos online and our podcast. And if you're looking for a community, we built out a community below me at federalhelpcenter.com. It's free of charge. And there's a community of folks just like you getting started, learning about government contracts. We've got a couple thousand people in there right now. And we do live trainings probably about 4 or 5 times a week. So I've got a bunch of my coaches that are on there teaching people every day how to win contracts. And so we've been very successful at training over 7,000 people to date, and we're looking forward to training the next 7,000 people. But we've got a long way to go. So thank you for having me today.
Thank you, Eric, for being here. And I'm AJ Simmons, founder of the Clean Biz Network. I look forward to seeing everybody that was here today in Las Vegas, February 28th through March the 1st. Make sure you get your tickets, y'all. Visit www.cbnconference.com. And y'all know who I am. Y'all follow me already anyway. Y'all right here, right? So I ain't gonna say too more. I'm gonna drop this song and we out of here. Thank y'all.
Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring, Charles Barkley. Now I got a wife, got kids on property. Bubble-eyed beans that look like that be watching me. Okay, I lied about the beans, but that was hard though. I'm still in that black act, but she starred though. Cause that's all it takes. Don't flash it for. I'm on my grind, not no motherfucking fashion show. Headed to the top, there ain't none of y'all stopping me. Used to say I never get a ring.